Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message. You understand? Before we start, I need you to hit that like and subscribe button for future content if you like my page. Okay? So now let's get to the nitty gritty. I want to talk about accountability. You know, I have talked about this before in my other videos, right? But we're going to touch base with it again. I'm going to first tell you a story about my past, and then I'm going to add some tidbits in there for you to take away from the story. Now, my mother had 5 children, right? And her oldest was with another man, and I'm her eldest. You understand? So she later got married to my stepfather. But check this. Let me get to the nitty gritty. When my mother was pregnant with me, okay, she met my stepfather. So he took me as his own. He raised me as his own because my father was, doing his own thing. You understand? So my mom was like in trouble. And if it wasn't for my stepfather coming in, a lot of things would have went crazy for her while she was pregnant with me. So he was with her during the pregnancy, took care of her, all those things. And then he married her, you understand, and had more children with her. But later when we got a little older, maybe 7 or 8, and my other siblings were smaller, you know what I'm saying? And I had one that was right behind me. So I think I was like 8, she was 7, and and so on and so on, right? So now he got taken out of the equation. My stepfather got taken out of the equation because my mother had listened to some people in her family to get him out of the equation. So after that, my family began to suffer. You understand? We went through a lot. Even though we was on assistance, we went through a lot. Okay? And my mother was still living in that worldly life and stuff like that. So it was hard for us. A lot of bad things happened to us under her watch. And we had so many people running in and out of our house when we were young, because my mom lived that type of life. Now, my stepfather was still there, but he wasn't living with us. He would still do everything he could to try to help us when we were young. But it was like, it was a lot for him to be trying to take care of us, take care of himself too, but he did it. You understand? And my mama told him we ain't had no food. He made his way to get us some food. And I mean all of us, even though I wasn't his. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is what I want you to take away from this story that I told you. Now, this is just half of the story. A lot of bad stuff happened to us, but this is just the beginning of the story. So what I want you to take away is that we pick our men. Do you understand? We pick them. So if you have a baby father that ain't right, that he doing nonsense, or you met a man that he doing nonsense and he ain't right, baby, you picked him. Somebody got to tell y'all this, because y'all talking about it take 2 to tango. No, baby. It take 1 to agree. Yes. It take 1 to agree. Now, mind you, I used to say that too. It take 2 to tango. Okay? I used to say that too. But no, baby, it takes 1 to agree. Yes. Now, on other circumstances, it's different. You know what I'm talking about, that things happen and it's out of your control. You have nothing to do with that. Somebody is trying to plant some nonsense against you and do you wrong. You understand? That's a whole nother story. I don't want to get into the R section. You understand? I don't want to get into the R section. I'm just talking about how when you meet a man and only how you looking at it is that you looking how fine he look or how much money he got. but you don't know what's inside waiting for you. You understand? So sometimes we women, we look at the shell. You understand? The outer shell only. So because he looked fine or he got some money, we think it's good. But mind you, baby, you didn't check that heart. You don't know what lies in that heart. You understand? Now, what I'm trying to tell you is that we pick our men. So when you end up with a bad baby father or a man that don't want to do the right thing, you picked him, my dear. We can't keep running away from this idea that you didn't pick him. You picked him. Men don't pick us. Only how they pick us is when it's time for us to get married. Do you understand? That's the only time they pick us. But for us to date a man, to start dating somebody, we pick them. Okay? And the thing is, we got to learn how to pick differently. I know that the brother on the corner might look good. He might got money. He might wear all the name brand clothes, all these things. Listen to me. That thing don't mean no, never mind, because he got like 4 or 5 kids by everybody up in the projects. Yes. And let me tell you something. I ain't sitting here knocking nobody because I did it. You hear me? I did the same thing. I was looking at this one on the corner. Oh, he fine. He this, he that, and all this nonsense, thinking that I was the only one. And I wasn't paying attention to all the other kids he had. How foolish is that? Thinking that, oh, no, he going to treat mine right. No. He did me the same way he did them. Okay? So what I'm saying is that we have a choice. I don't care how much he tell you, oh, baby, I love you. I want to have a baby with you, this and that. We won't have to use a condom. No. We got to use a condom. I can't lay down with you like that. Nah. Because I don't want to get myself set up. And I got to be taking care of a child by myself. You understand? Learn how to put on the condom. Yes. That'll prevent you from all this nonsense. When I was young, I was looking for love in all the wrong places, baby. I'm telling you. And I wind up getting in so much trouble that didn't make no sense. And I had to fight my way out for years until I finally got blessed with a husband. And that me and him been running strong close to 15 years. You understand? Listen to me. Stop listening to what these people telling you out in all this social media nonsense, telling you, oh, a woman can do this, a woman can do that. Listen to me. Listen to me. This is me telling you from the heart, baby, you need help. You cannot do that by yourself. You cannot raise a child by yourself and nothing be wrong with the child. Yes, I'm sorry. Somebody got to tell y'all that. Because eventually the child will need therapy. They will need they're going to have all types of problems with their own family when they get out. The only thing that blessed me with the fact of me being a woman that I am today is that my husband was patient. He was patient. And then he came from a family that they managed everything together. His mother and father lived together for years, over 40 something years or 50 something years. I'm not even sure. But he came from a foundation. You understand? I didn't come from a foundation. In the beginning, yes. But then close to the time where I really needed somebody, I really needed a daddy, he wasn't in the house. I always tell my children, y'all blessed because your daddy comes home. You understand? Anything that needs to get taken care of, he does it. You understand? And mind you, when I had to be a single mom on my own, baby, it was hard. It was hard, but people used to say, oh, you so strong, you so strong. And I used to look at them and smile and say, yeah, but inside my heart was on fire because I was tired of working those 16 hours. I was tired of pushing out 24 hours. By the end of the week, I was pushing, by maybe like 2 weeks, I was pushing like 140, 120. Knocking out all those hours because I needed to pay all those bills and take care of my children too. But it wasn't until I got married that I understood that, baby, I got to pass these rings that I got in my hand to my husband. And my husband was waiting for me to pass him the rings. But I'm still trying to hold the rings and everything, trying to run with the rings. Until one day my husband told me, and I will never forget this, but he said to me, "You are not the man." Yes, I am the man. You are not the man. And that still stuck with me today. And I just look at him like, what is he talking about? But it's because we were raised like that. We think it's right. It's not right. It's not right. Listen to me. Take heed to this message. I don't care what your friends tell you or what you've seen in your own childhood or what you got going on in your house right now. The way we were taught, it was not right. And I'm not blaming anybody because I'm thankful that I'm here. But there was a lot of decisions that my mama made that did not benefit us. It didn't. And some of my siblings are still living with this today. Some of them are still hurting today because of the decisions my mama made for us. And let me tell you something. I would never make that decision for my children. Nope, I will not. Because they love their father. Yes, they love him. So I never want to be that one to take that from them. Yes. Listen to me, ladies. Stop getting out here listening to everybody tell you nonsense. Sometimes women get up here, they from God knows where. They get up here and tell you how project life is, how growing up in the ghetto is, and they don't know nothing about the ghetto. They don't know how hard it is and how much you struggling with those kids, and how you got to go uptown and go get food stamps and welfare to help raise those kids because daddy don't want to do what he's supposed to do. They don't know. They get up here on all this social media and tell you nonsense. Let me tell you something. They can only talk to you like that is because their father was in their house. Their father was in their house. Now they winded up with a man that wasn't right. Okay. But their father and mother was married. So they grew up in a stable home. They didn't grow up like you and me, not in a stable home. And then their child still had a male role model because the daddy was still alive. So the daddy took his grandchild and raised him to be a man. Let me tell you something. You can raise a boy. Yes, you can. No doubt about it. You can raise a boy. But you cannot make him a man. Do you hear me? You cannot make him a man. And let me tell you something. You can raise a girl, of course, because we have to teach them what we know. But you can't teach them how to love a man properly because they never felt that first love from their father. Yes. And I feel so bad because I did this to my first child. I did not do the right thing with my first child. I will say that. But I tried my best. I had put, I just kept buying, thinking that was good. You know, I did a little chastising here and there, but I was not stern. I gave the boy the world and gave him everything. And then look at the end. I didn't get anything. You understand? Nothing benefited me in the end because I didn't raise him properly. I didn't raise him with his father. But I learned from that. The day that I got called so many names and it broke my heart by my own child. You understand? When that thing happened, I said, no. These children I have with my husband, I will not raise them the same. I will not. And let me tell you something. My second to oldest child said to me, Mama, you did not raise us the same. We just different. You know, we different. And I told her, I know. Because I vowed to not let that happen to y'all. Because I want to see y'all, succeed. You understand? You got to give your children a chance to succeed. Stop running around with everybody trying to find love. You understand? Because everybody who tell you that they love you, baby, that's not real. Love is shown. You understand? It's not just with words. It's shown. You understand? You got to change the way you moving. If you change the men that you pick, you understand, you're going to be much happier. You got to learn to change the men that you pick. And let me tell you something. Let me give you a little tidbit. When the women start changing who they pick, you understand? When the women stop changing who they pick, then the men have no choice but to change. Yes, I'm telling you. Well, that's the end of my rant tonight. Everybody take it easy. If you like my message, please like and subscribe to my page. Everybody have a wonderful night. Take it easy, y'all.